Hello. This morning I wanted to talk to you about your mind. Where does your mind reside? I'm an anatomist. I'm an expert in anatomy and physiology and pathologies and energy. So where in that level does your mind reside? Is it? So I'm going to ask you the question and then I'm going to explore it with you. So I have a client who's a physicist and I said, hey, where do you think the mind is? And he went, good question. I think he sort of felt into it and he said, the brain. And then I said, but what part of the brain? Does the mind create the thoughts or do your cells create the thoughts? And we had a dialogue around that. So that was interesting. Then I asked a master educator and I said, hey, where is the mind? And she said, oh, I feel it's in the brain. And I said to her, well, I've worked with a lot of fascial integration and some of the top scientists in the world to study fascia, and they say that the mind is in the cells, in the fascia around every part of our body. So she goes, interesting. And then we sort of had a chat about the brain and how that comes together and what part of the brain does the mind reside in, or is it the brain? Then I asked a marketing expert that works with mindset a lot and works with advertising. And I said, hey, where is the mind? And he said, interesting. Where is the mind in the body? So there's, and he said, oh, I don't really know. A lot of people said it will be in the frontal lobe, but then I questioned whether it's in the central nervous system or is it in the gut brain because we have 3 brains, or is it in the heart? Or where do the thoughts formulate? They're all things that are interesting to consider. So where is the mind? So Dan Siegel's done a lot of work on it. He's a mind expert. And then Joe Dispenza's doing a lot of work on it. So there's lots of work in the scientific realm of finding the mind and how does the mind work with energy. And if our thoughts create our reality, so does the mind actually formulate the thought? Or is it the cell that formulates the thought and then the mind articulates the thought? The jury's still out. The mind, in my work as a medical intuitive, the mind is everywhere. So it's all over your body. Any cell can create a thought. And so what are you thinking is very much a conscious thought, but subconsciously. So is the mind a subconscious undercurrent? Is the mind creating that? So when we dig out the subconscious thoughts or our patterns, or that's what they talk about, mindset, then we have a clarity around our path and we start to unpack where the thoughts are coming from in experiences, but it still doesn't articulate where the mind is. So I wanted to share that just a thought process about being really resonant with your thoughts and taking into account how your thoughts affect or impact on your energy, and then just having some clarity about where you think, where you feel, thinking and feeling, 2 different things, right? Where you express the mind. So wherever you think it is, that's where it is. The scientists haven't got it right yet. Theologians, I worked with a theologian too, and I asked him, where is the mind? And he goes, and he was an anatomy expert too. And I said, where is the mind in the body? Is it in the brain or central nervous system or cellular or matter? Mind matters, right? Mind matters, matters mind. That's Joe Dispenza's work too. So I wanted just to leave it open for you to explore where is the mind. And it's just such an interesting topic. I would love to have a philosophical viewpoint, a discussion with you about it, because I just think it's fascinating what the mind can create. And is it the cells that are creating it, or is it our brain? So our frontal lobe has our thoughts, but how do they get there? Interesting. The body's a miracle. Honor yours, honor your body, honor your energy, and keep yourself sacred. So the mind is there, but where is it? If you know, talk to me. I'd love to hear from you. Talk soon. Bye.